Welcome back. Now, corruption has been ranked as the major cause of unemployment in Kenya, with youth who are a majority making up the country's labor force grappling with unemployment despite being learned and experienced. This is so even after the Jubilee government promised 1.3 million jobs annually. Our reporter Njamiu Kiboy had a forum with youth, both graduates and those in the jua kali industry, and filed the following report.
Walking around the city of Nairobi, Kenya's economic capital, you will not fail to notice men and women carrying heavy luggages, men pushing carts, probably carrying luggages for their clients in order to make a living. But just like any other economic sectors, jua kali sector has been affected by the rising cost of doing business in the country. The country's economy continues to grow in a challenging environment. According to the latest corruption index by Transparency International, Kenya is ranked 143 out of 180 countries sampled. Rwanda holds position 48 globally with a score 55 out of 100%. Tanzania holds position 103 globally with a score of 36 out of 100%. Kenya holds position 143 globally with a score of 28% out of 100%. Uganda follows in position 33 globally with a score of 36 out of 100%, and Burundi holds position 157 globally with a score of 22% out of 100%. Our trip to Guakairo in Kiambu County, we meet Paul Majani in his late 20s. You will mistake him for a man coming out of a meeting, having made $1 million deal. But behind this look, there is actually an interesting story. Having joined campus to study production, 6 months later, his dreams were shattered due to lack of school fees.
Niko ni vyema, ni vizuri au ni vizuri mimi mwenyewe nijizatiti, ningangane niangalie ile kazi ambayo yenyewe naweza fanya. Niko na kando ya uimbaji na pia dance kidogo. Unajua ni vizuri kabla hujakuwa umepata jina kidogo, kama hujaanza kuwa uko sawa, lazima kuwa na zile changamoto. So nikaendelea ndio niweze kupambana zile changamoto katika muziki na hii mambo mengine ya shule, nikaendelea nianzishe biashara.
Following the turn of events, Majani decided to venture into a small business of selling sausages to passers-by. He, however, notes that one hindrance they are facing as youths is unemployment, which he blames on rampant corruption within.
Kuna venye tulikuwa tunanunua hizi smoky packets. Kuna ile kiwango ambacho tulikuwa tunanunua kwa hizi pesa fulani. Lakini since au waongeze ile tax, ikakuwa pia kule wameongeza. Naelewa, ukiuliza sababu anasema ni kwamba pia sisi tuliongezewa. So mimi imeniadhiri kwa njia ya kwanza, maana zile faida ambazo nilikuwa napata, unapata inashuka. Jambo ambalo ningependa kuzungumza kuhusiana na ufisadi. Ufisadi, kama mtu amepatikana na ufisadi, usimweke, usianze kusema tutafuatilia, tutafanya hivi. Mtu kama amepatikana makosa, mfunge.
An analysis of Auditor General's report has revealed that Kenya loses approximately 1 trillion shillings to corruption every year, translating to 6 trillion shillings for the period Jubilee government has been in power. The latest dam scandal overall and Kimorel dams that involved the 21 billion shillings. Health sector has lost 1.5 billion shillings. Education sector has lost 4.6 billion shillings that cannot be accounted for. Agriculture sector has lost 1.9 billion shillings. Water sector has lost 65 billion shillings. Transport sector has lost 159 million shillings, to name but a few. Dr. Stephen Jaramba, an economist from Kenyatta University, says the country is doing badly, pointing out market failure, information failure, and missing market as key factors to a derailed economy.
So the moment unemployment is declining, even sustainability of the government itself is a problem. That's what we are in now. The government has no money. The people who are supposed to sustain the government are declining in terms of number.
Kenya is one of the most varied lands on the planet, both in terms of its geography and its ethnic population. With the proportion of Kenya's youth, the population is among the highest globally, presenting the economy with a vibrant manpower if put to productive use. While youths, who form half of the population, are the majority in Kenya, leading with a 90% of unemployment, annual data by Ministry of Planning reveals that less than 1 million of Kenyans are graduates. 1.22 million unemployed Kenyans are youths, with only 8.5% of employers consider educational attainment. Increasing production in the agriculture sector as the country produces its own food and at the same time exports its produce will go a long way in creating employment and boosting the country's economy, says Dr. Njaramba.
We had comparative advantage in terms of producing those output coming from agriculture sector. Now, once we are able to do that, the next stage is to industrialize agricultural output. So where we went wrong is simply to discourage agriculture.
With Kenyans having called for punishment on those involved in corruption as well as recovery of public assets acquired through graft, nothing has happened so far, even as the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution (DPP) pursues those who have embezzled government funds meant for bettering lives of Kenyans. 1.3 million jobs was the promise by Jubilee government yearly for the second term, but years after have been marked with continuous multi-billion-dollar scandal day after day, with youths, who are majority in the country, remain dejected and unemployed. Jama Kiboi for KUTV.